is because I get they're out there, but the players, they're not focused on winning that game.
Right.
They're not focused on showing how good you are. They just going through the motions. Most players don't even like preseason. They just out there just for, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really respect the preseason. Like people, I remember that game, and I remember the comments on the radio. It's like, oh man, we look bad against Pittsburgh, and I don't know how we're gonna look during the season, blah blah blah. But that's neither here nor there. But no, this is the playoffs.
I mean, I hear what you're saying normally, but when it's mano a mano, I mean, there was no, like you said, they're going through the motions.
Right.
Their players were players. They were key players as well, and they made our guys look terrible. You're going to bring that air about them when they play us again. I mean, if you look at their numbers, they blitz. Where are we? They blitz fifth most in the league, and they have 47 sacks on the season. Out of that, what did TJ Watt had? 19. So out of the rest of them, 28 sacks. And I'm telling you, man, they're hungry. They're physical. They're hungry. They got a lot to prove because they hear it. They hear the noise. They hear everybody saying they're in it because they got lucked into the game. It's I mean, I could be completely off base here, but I want to respect what could happen, and I don't want to repeat. I want them to understand it that they're not above, being looked on as a weak link again, which would be the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The sound was out, guys. I'm so sorry. T mentioned it on the chat. Christina confirmed. I think we got everything back working right.
Check 1, check 2.
Yeah, this has been a mess of an episode so far. I apologize. Let's just move on to the fifth question. I think this will be a fun one, and this will help us move past everything. All right. It's 4th and 1 at the Steelers 40 with 1:50 left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 timeouts left. Are you going for the win and going for it on 4th and 1 against that defense? Or are you punting and trusting your defense to stop their offense when you have 2 timeouts left with 1:50 left on the clock and Mason Rudolph at quarterback? You not helping. You encouraging him to talk about punters in general is not helping at all.
Oh, we're going to get to that, but don't worry about it.
All right.
Go ahead, Mel. What you got?
In this game in particular, I say we go for it just because of the win. Like, that's another factor of the game. So Mike Tomlin, he don't mind kicking. He'll kick all the time. 4th down, like in those key situations where analytics says go for it, he always kicks because he always is dependent on his defense, which they've been playing good. So he more times than not, he'll kick the ball, right? However, in this game, because of the win, I don't think that they're going to be more willing to do that because of the win and you don't want to error or you don't want to fumble or stuff like that. So I think a lot of people, I mean, both sides are going to be more aggressive going for it on 4th downs, especially if the win is a factor. You know what I'm saying? So I can see McDermott going for it.
Are we in plus territory? Are we on our side? Where did you say?
We are at the Steelers 40. So
the
yeah,
Steelers
plus territory.
Well, I can tell you the Steelers are 6th in the league in on 4th down defense.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Can they stop the tush push though?
Huh?
They can't stop the tush push.
Cameron Hayward, man, I don't know if I trust that.
Man, they can't.
They got to come up with a pass play for that. The Steelers' pass defense is not great.
Yeah, I mean they're 6th in the league. They're only better in the red zone. So it's weird because they go from 22nd to 6th. 3rd down is 22nd in the league. 6th on 4th and 5th in the red zone. So this would be one of those things. If you're on your own if you're on their 40 in the wind, which way is the wind blowing?
Ooh,
you know how I'm going with this.
They
Which way is it going?
It's good. No, I know it. Unlike Mr. A and B gap, I'm going to give you a clear answer. No, I would say on their 40, I'm going to punt. I'm going to punt.
All right. I mean, spoken like a defensive guy.
I'm gonna throw some at this dude over here when he turns his back.
All right.
Producer about to catch one in the back of the head. Too bad he can see me on the screen, so he's got like eyes on the back of his head, literally.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I got to go with a pass play on that. I think that's one of those situations where you go 4 wide and you put Kincaid in at tight end. If you need to block, you at least got a guy that can help out the tackle there in a heavy pass rush situation. If not, he's very good at hot reads right now. Early on in his career, he's done it a few times, and he did it against the Dolphins. So I think I can trust him in that spot to be a hot read guy if you're going 4 wide. That also gives Josh the ability to make something up. If he doesn't see something he likes, and as soon as the ball is hiked, he can scramble. It's only a yard, right? So I like Josh's chances of making something great happen in that moment and trusting my defense to stop the Steelers from getting a touchdown. Because let's face it, in 45-mile-an-hour winds, nobody's kicking a field goal. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the end of that one. I don't think the kickers are going to be out there very much at all in this game. So that's what I would end up doing.
Now to add to that, did you pick up on, I don't know how many press conferences you guys watched. By the way, Mike Tomlin's press conference was an hour long.
What the heck was he talking about?
Every week he has an hour-long press conference. I don't know how many times he talks a week, but the Bills wildcard game.
Is there like a secret recipe giveaway at the end of his press
I don't
conferences?
know what that was about.
What the heck is he doing?
I don't know what he was but the reason why I bring it up is because this is the 3rd week now that a coach has mentioned game planning against James Cook. Matter of fact, Vic Fangio said James Cook is the best Bills running back since Thurman Thomas.
So you think people are coming into the game thinking the way to shut down the Bills' offense is to stop James Cook and force Josh Allen to beat you?
I think they're trying to make it one-dimensional. I think that there's a lot of merit to that. I think they're trying to. I mean, you're not going to put all their eggs in the James Cook basket. Mm-hmm. But now we know why I call him. Well, why I heard the guy and I now call him Himbo. Because if you're in your second year, you're a Pro Bowl player. You hit 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards, whatever it is, and you're being game planned against now in the playoffs and against with teams that are good. That says a lot, and that's a weapon that Josh Allen he surely needed. Because I didn't hear anybody game planning for Devin Singletary. I didn't hear anybody game planning for Zach Moss. I didn't hear any game planning for none of that. And the reason why I bring that up is because in a situation where 4th and 1 on the 40, you can play action to James Cook and they might bite because it's James Cook back there.
Yeah,
you can nick a boot right out of there.
You know, what would be really nice is if we could do like 1 or 2 like real running back screens, like that would be perfect for a defense that likes to play aggressive and wants to try and shut down James Cook. Start getting him out in the pass game.
Yeah, this
would be the perfect game to have James Cook tearing their linebackers a new hole, because in snow situations, whenever he goes to cut, there isn't a linebacker in the league that's going to stay with him in snow.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So you can have him do that all game long. What you going to do? Linebackers going to try to cheat routes? You could burn him over the middle with Shakir at that point. Like, I will take again. This is why Josh Allen is the cheat code of the NFL, because if you have an offensive mind in there that knows how to use Josh and use those weapons, and Joe Brady has kind of shown it. A part of me wants to give him an opportunity to like really implement his own route combinations and build his own offense out and see how it goes next year. Part of me wants somebody in here who has operated at a higher level consistently in the NFL more than 6 games. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this: there is not another player in the league that presents the kind of challenges that Josh Allen presents. Lamar Jackson, if you get hands on him, he 9 times out of 10, you're going to slow him down way too much for him to be effective to do anything, right? He's not breaking tackles. He's a fast guy that's going to run around you, right. But if you can get hands on him, you can get him down. Josh, you got to think about that. You got to make business decisions going against a 6'5", 240-pound linebacker-sized quarterback that wants you to hit him. Yeah. Like, that's the thing about Josh wants you to hit him so that he can feel like he's in the game and make better plays. Like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? So, anyway, I digress. I think this is the type of game where, okay, you want to try to make us one-dimensional, you want to try to shut down James Cook, we're going to use him in a whole completely different way that we haven't put on tape. That, to me, would put Joe Brady in a whole another echelon of offensive coordinators in the league, because anytime, like, put it like this. When Peterson was doing plays like the home run throw, not the home run throwback, the what's that play called? The one they did in the Super Bowl, the Philly special.
Philly special.
Yeah, you come up with plays like that. Like, you just on a whole nother level when you can save stuff like that for the playoffs and execute it. That's stuff they've been practicing for, weeks, pretty much the whole season. Until they needed it, right? So I would love to see something like that. Real quick, I did find Rich's comment. He said, "Do y'all think playoff Lenny will give us good luck moving forward?"
I think if just is what they say it is, he's gonna see a lot of carries. Luck, I don't know how much luck, but I can tell you he'll be effective to the tune of a tough 3-4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna add to our running game what we already got with James Cook. He's just gonna add to it, make it better than what it is.
Okay.
And also, I found it very interesting that they put a lot of stock in Gabe Davis because they can't get that 98-yard touchdown out of their heads. I don't know if anybody told him he's not even playing.
Yeah.
Junie, we got a camera battery about to die? It's not?
No, it's a SIM card thing.
So, yeah.
What SIM card thing? It's still up there?
I tried to remove it from doing this, and it's not doing it. So I'm just gonna leave it as there for right now until.
Sorry, brother. It's all right.
Oh my gosh, what is happening today?
We good.
So let me explain this too. So we're using a different camera for Mac here. My wife had a photo shoot that she needed to do, so she's taking the camera that we usually use for Mac to go do that. I mean I don't know if that's been the main reason for the issues, but that is the one major thing that has changed with today's episode. So again, I apologize for everything that we're dealing with right now. June, try shutting off my view really quick on the camera. I mean, so you got to shut the camera off, close the flap.
You got to come over and actually do it.
You got to look at what I'm.
You got to come over and close it and reopen it.
Yeah, come over here, close it.
This is definitely a Spotify episode. This is a Spotify episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
But,
I don't even know if it's going to be that, but.
But, to the point, they're talking about Gabe Davis, and I'm like, he's going like half the season without a catch. You know that he's not playing. You know that he's not a factor in our offense. So why are we focusing on – and this is numerous guys in the Steelers locker room talking about Gabe Davis. I'm like, you want him?
Playoff Gabe, man. Listen, it's the playoffs, and they know that Gabe show up in the playoffs, man.
But he's not even playing. That's the thing. I'm like, don't you have intel on this?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody talk to you about this already?
They better be worried about Shakira and Sherfield and Kincaid and Diggs.
They did give. Well, they say Diggs all the time, but they gave Kincaid and Knox a lot of credit. A lot of people do. I think Buffalo is they take it for granted because Knox isn't Travis Kelce and he might not be Kincaid, but what he does is a traditional tight end role, and I bet you a lot of teams would like to have him. Maybe not at $14 million, but
right.
But I think the Bills definitely can gain a lot by having those two on the field, especially on Sunday with the weather blocking. So I think Knox is going to have an uptick in plays.
That'll be good, man, because one thing that we do lose with playoff Gabe, he's a good blocker.
Would you stop with it?
Listen, he's a good blocker, man.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's one thing that, he's not out there, so they ain't got to worry about, the 90 8-yard bomb or whatever. You ain't got to worry about that. But what we lose from it is he was a good blocker, man. But that only puts Kincaid and Knox on the field at the same time, so Knox can fill that role. Like Knox is a great blocker too. You know what I'm saying? And then Sherfield and Shakir. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
yeah.
a good game, man. They better be ready for us, man. Because I'm telling you, we coming.
I think they're gonna be ready. I think they're gonna be ready. Now that's not saying I think that they have a great chance of winning.
Right.
But I think they know it's at stake, and I think they know full well who they're playing against.
Yeah.
You know, now they got to bring that the scoring up because they're the 28th ranked scoring team in the league. That's terrible. But the Bills, you know, they're on and off with scoring as well. You have feast or famine. So this is definitely a game. I say it every week, a nail biter. You know, when I see Josh's eyes, yes, Josh, I have a crush. No, I'm joking. But when I see the markers, the indicators that we talked about last show, I'll know how to feel. You know, it can change, but I got to get there first. I got to see how the stadium looks. I got to see how they play. Are they going to have the right cleats on this year?
Yeah, that was a big deal.
You know, so
speaking of that, when you saw the Miami game, how did Josh look when you first saw him?
he was ready.
You saw
Oh,
it?
he was ready.
You saw it?
Oh, yeah. He wanted a piece of Christian Wilkins so bad. He was ready.
That's all he thinks about is Wilkins in those
Yeah,
games.
he's like, Miami, I'm circling him. Ooh, and I can beat him in Miami. Ooh. I think that's how Christian was thinking about too. But yeah, I think you'll like this in the McDermott presser. Let me get a direct quote. Somebody asked him. No, you should like this. If you don't, I hope his camera dies.
If he dies,
but no. In McDermott's press conference, he mentioned. Well, somebody asked him. What did they say? How much of this is because of the game evolving? Because he was alluding to a change to how the game is played as to why we play the way we play now. And then somebody followed up and asked him, is it lended to the way the game evolves or to the way you evolved? And McDermott said, he said, you know what? He said, if you're doing your job the right way, I learned you got to continue to learn and grow. He said, it's a big part of it, but continual betterment is going to be the longevity factor when you're a coach, when you're a player, how you're going to be viable in this league. Mm-hmm. And I like that because the old McDermott, again, he's not going to say that. He's not going to believe that.
Yeah.
What I say there, I said, self-scouting, as you say, see? Self-scouting. He did a self-eval.
It's called objectivity. That's exactly what it is. No, you know what? I do like that. Again, I gave Sean a little bit of credit last episode too for dancing with the players in the locker room. I mean, there are some things that you're seeing where you can point at and say, like, man, this is definitely, growth and something very different from what we've seen Sean do over his tenure so far. Mm-hmm. My hope is that this trend continues to progress, right? I don't want to see the success happen and all of a sudden, I've done it. I'm a Super Bowl winning, head coach. Now y'all really gonna do what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta hold him at arm's length. You really do at this point in time because it's still new.
Yeah. And, it's kind of and this is probably just the security person in me, but typically when people can switch up that fast, they can switch back just as fast.
Right.
Like
right.
He almost did a complete 180 overnight.
Fast.
Right? And we're only seeing bits and pieces of it. Mm-hmm. We don't know what he's really showing in the building anymore. I mean, I can probably, call around to see if I can get some more info on that. But we only have what we see right now. What we see is, very, very soft-spoken, very gentle, very kind, very comforting in the way that he speaks and addresses the media and talks about what's going on with the team.
Yeah, a lot more transparent.
Right, mm-hmm. Right, and a lot more emotional from a progressive standpoint. I guess if I wanted to use a word like the crying while he's in the middle of an interview, after the Miami game.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? Like I don't think with all the success that he's had, like
Right.
this is the game that gets him emotional.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's just kind of weird to me. Again, this isn't me trying to beat up on Sean McDermott.
You said it well. I don't think it was beat up on them at all.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, if anybody says you're picking on him there, I don't know what to tell you because that was you gave him credit.
You heard it here first, Rich. I'm just saying.
You gave him credit. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long that's gonna last because anybody can switch up and switch right back any moment. They can switch right. That's all I'm gonna say. They can switch right back any moment. But
That's cool.
but yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I thought you would get a kick out of that, so I thought I'd get that quote for you.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So let's man, time is flowing so fast right now. Let's get to who you taking first, and then we'll move into stats, and then we can
give some random stats that might
yep.
influence the game just a tad.
And then from there we can get into like some other key stuff on the game, some other observations, analysis, and stuff like that. So, Mac, start us off.
All right, looking at Pittsburgh's roster, there's a couple people that I would take.
Levi Wallace.
I was thinking about that.
Don't indulge him. Don't indulge him, please.
However,
he's pushing the envelope ever since I said that dude was all right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So me personally, looking at the roster, I am taking Alex Highsmith, linebacker, for any linebacker other than Milano.
What?
Yes.
Even Bernard?
I like Highsmith, man. He's a hitter. He's a banger. He's big.
He's not a cover guy at all.
Hey,
You cut me deep.
listen. I think
He right because he got his hands crossed.
to wit.
He's so calm too, ain't he?
To it. I think it's he swayed me with putting that Benford at safety. So I'm like, man, our secondary is going to be good. Like, I don't have to worry about. I don't need a coverage linebacker. Now I can just give me a hitter, somebody who can knock somebody out, man. Like,
I
just,
think you overindulging there. You overindulging there. You like, man, I got the chocolate, but now I want some peanut butter, man.
Right,
Whoa.
You have a stomach
but
ache.
no, I it's more because I really like the type of caliber player that he is. I like the intensity that he brings to the defense. Like, you got to respect him when he out there. So I want that. I want some of that on our defense.
Okay.
Okay.
I want some of that.
You got two players. You got just one.
I had some more, but I'm just leave it out. Just leave it with
You can
Highsmith.
go two because I think I got two.
You got two?
I think I got two. So you can go one more.
Do it. Uh-oh. You about to pick another linebacker? You better not.
Presley
punter.
Harvin.
Huh?
Harvin. Give me Harvin.
Good night, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's
Yo,
been the
give
post.
me my man Harvin.
The punter, bro?
Yes.
The punter.
Yes. Give me P. Harvin. Yo, listen. I was talking to Key about the punter stats. Sam Martin is not a top punter, bro. Harvin got swag too, man. Him and his character. So me, it's for. It's for the production, but mainly I want to see him in the locker room.
I don't
with
care
Diggs
what you
and
want. You
everybody
said the
else.
punter. I'm with it. I almost shed a tear there.
Give me P. Harvin.
Oh, man.
Give me
Okay.
P. Harvin.
All right.
Wow.
Show just got interesting.
Harvin and Highsmith. Let's go.
Harvard and Highsmith.
Yes.
And he's standing on it. Okay.
He's standing on it.
He's standing on business.
His hands
with
were
that
almost
Yeah.
folded on the second one too.
Yeah.
one. Keyshawn, you can go. I need a minute.
All right.
If you say the kicker, I'm leaving.
Would you go say Harvin too?
I didn't want him to throw nothing at me.
Real quick, real quick. Rich writes in, if the Bills ever sell a McDermott punching bag, Aramis would be the first one to buy it.
Christmas gift.
Truth be told, they already have, and I already have one. Thank you very much. Anyway, Key, please take us away from this comment.
Oh man. Nah, that's low hanging fruit. I'm not doing it.
What?
Huh?
What?
Joey Porter Jr.
Oh.
I'm not doing it. Too easy. Way too easy. I forgot about that.
you did.
No.
This is Troll City. Don't know. You can't. You already said you're not doing it.
yeah.
No, I forgot about it because
No.
he hated his
No.
dad. Remember I used to get him?
Oh.
And he used to flame me for it.
I did.
Used to
I
flame
did
you for
all day long. You know why?
yeah.
Because Porter sucks.
See?
Joey Porter Sr. sucks.
Nah, you can't say all encompassing.
Now I'm intrigued. Now, if you was to do it, who would you get rid of?
If I were to get,
He's a linebacker, right? Or
Nah,
is he safety?
he's a
Safety?
cornerback. He's like their best cornerback.
Oh, wow.
That's not saying much. Levi Wallace, Darius Rush, and James Pierre. Those are your cornerbacks. So yeah, Joey Porter's your best cornerback.
Who'd you
I
give
would
up?
get rid of. Could I get rid of Trey White?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Future Bills safety Trey White?
T. White?
I would get rid of Trey White.
Dang. That's
But
my
if he's
boy.
on IR, I don't know if I can do it. But in my world, gotta go.
Wow. I mean, money's gone. You ain't got to worry about finding a spot for him. You ain't got to worry about babysitting him if he can't really run anymore. I could see that. Best corner on the Steelers defense, though.
Is he a press man
What is
zone?
What is he?
He can
do
do both.
both?
He's more man, but he can
Okay.
do both. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
But no, my
I'll allow it.
first one overall was Isaac Sumualu.
Of course. Of course you want the fattest Samoan they have.
Yes.
Of course.
My Madden dreams have come to light.
Push that guy around.
All right,
Try.
listen, for those of you that don't know, and I've said this before in like long time ago, like far episodes from today's episode, but this man used to build lines in Madden of nothing but the fattest people you could find. These guys would be like 5'11", 390 pounds.
That's right.
Like short, he didn't care as long as they were heavy.
Yep.
That's all he wanted.
And honestly, if they were of Samoan descent, or I was
He-
sold.
yeah, he was looking for
I
those
was
names.
sold because the strength of the natural strength, it's insane.
Yeah.
But this guy is he's another level. Isaac Sumualu is like I said earlier, somebody I'm afraid of on Sunday. But
But he can't pass block though.
neither can Connor McDermott, which they can swap out with.
Dang.
Because
All right,
Connor McGovern was supposed to be a pass blocking guard, which can't do that. So I have no purpose. Poof, pal, be gone. And my other one, I wanted to go with Calvin Austin III.
Who was that?
They're Calvin Austin III. He is their speed guy. I mean, he is.
Oh, receiver?
Yeah, he's all. I mean, he's their punt return guy, their kick return guy. I actually have him in my notes when I got down to that section on special teams. I just wrote his name because Sam Martin, not Presley Harvin III,
Yes, sir.
is going to be
Harv.
kicking. And what do you say about what do we say about Sam Martin? No hang time. That's a recipe for disaster against somebody like this. So you better hope the wind swirls you if he doesn't field the ball or try to make a return on it, because if he does, this guy is deadly.
Did he? Do he got like good yardage, like returning punts or kicks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard about him. He must have been quiet.
He can get busy.
Yeah.
But also he's that speed in the slot you were looking for when you got Hardy.
Okay. You got more?
I'll let it ride. I'll let it ride.
Wait. You didn't say who he's going to trade for?
We can go Hardy. Hardy.
I'll definitely. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
Get that contract off the books. You know, you're doing a lot of work for 2024. You're doing like that's really who you saving right now. You saving 2024. I gotta go with the receiver, man.
Pickens?
I gotta go with Pickens.
Okay.
I mean, it's low hanging fruit, but to have him on as a number 2 receiver alongside Steph Diggs, and with Pickens being that athletic 6'2" guy that can, jump up and make plays over defenders, give me that all day long, right? And you can get preseason Gabe out of here.
Preseason. Not playoff game. Preseason.
Nah, preseason good. That was adequate.
Who else am I taking? Let me see here. You already took the corner.
No, I didn't take him. I said
did.
I would have.
He
Oh,
said
you
he
would have.
would've,
You didn't.
yeah.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. I took my 2.
take another low hanging fruit. I'll take Minka Fitzpatrick, man. I mean, we got 2 aging safeties, and the thing that we could use the most, even though his contract is a little large, is a great playmaking safety. I think Sean's defenses have been notorious for having good secondary play, and I think adding him to our secondary and pairing him alongside Benford at safety, I think that we wouldn't miss a beat, to be honest. So I would for sure take that guy. 27 years old, so yeah, we still got at least another 6 years, if we wanted to do that. I don't know if I can think of anybody else that I would want off of that team. I did think about this. Maybe doing a little thunder and lightning with Najee Harris.
You know what I thought about? Actually Warren. That was one I was thinking. So I can see it.
Yeah, I like the fact that it would give us a shot at having a bigger back that can still catch. So even on third down, he wouldn't be relegated to just the Latavius Murray role where he's just a blocker. Like, everybody knows Murray ain't running no routes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even though he got a catch in that what game did he get a catch in?
The Patriots game?
Is it the Patriots game?
Yeah,
I think so.
The one
Yeah,
where he's going out of bounds.
Yeah. He just lobbed it. Yeah. I mean, we're never going to see that again from Murray. So
I don't want to see that either. So
Right. So yeah, I think having Najee Harris on the team as a backup, I don't think he's done enough to really warrant starter money anywhere. So
no.
I think he would be willing to take a backup role, and I think this would be the perfect spot for it.
That would be interesting to see. I kind of like that idea because you're right. When you line up, when Cook is out there, it could be a run or a pass, right? When Murray's out there, they're running it.
Exactly.
But put Najee in there, same thing. Are they running or passing? Because both can do it.
Yep. That was one of the things, I mean, not to – I guess it's not really tooting my own horn, but like when I was trying to build Madden teams and stuff like that, like I never wanted to tip my hand with players that I had lined up, period. Like, I wanted receivers that could both do the same things on both sides. I wanted them both to be fast. I didn't worry about, who was – like, oftentimes every play that I picked, I was switching it up when I got to the line anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so, my tight ends had to be fast because I wanted them to be able to, to get off of linebackers quickly. My running backs had to be able to be fast enough to break away. Like, we've seen what that looks like in real life in the Chiefs when they were a high flying offense. We've seen what that looks like with the greatest show on turf. We've seen what that looks like with the Eagles last year. Right. I mean, I'm hungry for something like that here. We had something similar to that when we had Beasley and Diggs here. And Knox was a fourth option behind Gabe Davis, who was a third option. And from time to time you get a big play from Emmanuel Sanders or John Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the kind of offense that we need to bring back. I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's something that I'll just for the sake of keeping peace right now, I'll say that I don't know if that's something that the franchise is willing to invest
Very
in.
Very good. Anyway,
at this point in time. But yeah, man, I Najee Harris. I'll leave it at that. Najee Harris.
Yeah, I just thought about it too. Did anybody else fire their offensive coordinator mid-season besides these two teams?
Because
if it wasn't many.
Fired their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, because Matt Canada got fired.
Did the Bears fire theirs?
Probably not.
No, they fired. They let it ride. They didn't fire anybody.
Eberflus is probably can't understand why he still has a job. Wait, what do you mean? I'm still here?
Frank Reich. Was he their offensive coordinator?
Where
in Carolina?
No, I mean, he was a head coach, so I mean, you could say he was calling the plays. I guess in essence, you could say that, but I mean,
yeah, it's not the same.
two defensive coaches firing their offensive coordinator mid-season and making the playoffs is crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
we did it first though, so Tomlin copied off of us.
We did do it first, but they made a call. They probably texted each other. Guess what I'm going to do? Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
they
see
do.
you
They
in 2
talk a
weeks.
lot. They do talk.
Yeah.
That is something that
Yeah.
something to be said for that. But listen, on Sunday, Tomlin is the enemy, man. As much as I respect that guy, he the enemy on Sunday.
I think he's okay with that.
You think he's
I
okay,
think he's
with,
okay
that?
with that.
This the Mount St. Mary's alumni right here, McDermott and Tomlin, man. Wide receiver and cornerback,
Oh, yeah. William and Mary.
William and Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, they were roommates. They were college roommates.
And it's funny, real quick, it's funny. As we alluded to, we don't really need prime guys in our defense because of the system that McDermott created, right? People can fill in because of the method that he has. They can fill in and play good. Tomlin has always hit on wide receivers. Always.
Yep.
A.J. Brown, Pickens, like all his receivers are like, man, them boys
Antonio
is nice.
Brown, sorry.
Antonio Brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, his receivers always hit.
Yep.
But they know what they
Emmanuel
played.
Sanders,
Yeah.
Santana Moss?
Santana Moss.
Santana Moss. Oh, no, Santonio Holmes.
Santonio Holmes, that's right. That's right.
Santonio Holmes.
Santonio
Yeah,
Holmes.
he's always had them good receivers.
But
man.
they know what they're good at. And that's the thing. He was there. He wasn't there for Plaxico, but McDermott was a safety guy. What is our strength? The
Safeties.
middle of our secondary.
Yeah.
There's two safeties, Taron Johnson.
Yep.
So
Getting safeties that play linebacker.
yeah.
Just putting safeties all over the field. Build my whole defense around safeties.
two safeties.
Jeez.
Well,
It's working, though.
I'm
It's
the
working.
opposite of you in Madden because I definitely didn't care if I tipped my hat. I was getting the biggest, fattest dude, and I dared you to run through him.
Listen, I put this in the text message already. We can create a holiday for ourselves and get back to it. Like I
There you
ordered
go.
another PlayStation 2. It's on the way. So whatever y'all want to do, I'm down.
PlayStation 2, wow.
Right.
Ken's probably like, why'd you say that? Oh, man.
I got Madden. I got Madden 04. I got 06, and I got 09. So however y'all, I still got Madden 2002 also.
Dang.
Joint with Culpepper on the cover.
Ken probably like, wait, he has what? What system did he say?
Right.
I want that.
Sorry, T. Okay, so we got 20 minutes left in the show. Let's get into analysis. Oh no, I'm sorry, we got stats.
You want to
Yeah.
You know what?
Listen,
No, you know what? Since we're pressed against it, let's do that next time because the stats they came out for the most part.
Okay,
let's
perfect,
go to that analysis because they're going to come out some more.
okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go first this time.
You go first.
Yeah, I never go first. All right, I'm gonna go first. So the and I kind of mentioned this earlier in the episode. Steelers defense. No, Christina, no long nights again. It would be a family event in which we pick a house and we all go to the house, children included, wives included. That's my idea. Now, whatever Max is, that's on him. I don't know what his plans was for long nights. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
T spams
bro.
X's. T spams X's.
Huh?
T spams X's.
T spams X's?
Yeah. She picks the X play. She snaps it with X. She hits X to pull the play.
Family mode.
everything
Y'all
with
remember
X.
that? Yeah, family
No, it
mode.
don't have to be that. She's just going through the tight end the whole time.
Well, she's gonna hit X no matter
Just
what.
keep hitting X.
Does it do anything?
Yeah. X does everything. X snaps the ball. X brings up the icons, and X you can throw the X, and that's who's going to have 30 receptions. X.
Wait, Christina, are you traumatized? She said, "Oh no, overnights." When did we mention overnights?
Yeah, we didn't say nothing
When
about
did we say
My 40-year-old body can't do it no more.
Listen, I apologize. I apologize
I
for
was
whatever
scared.
we did.
Me and A we just became friends. I was like, yo, this man don't sleep.
Yeah.
He like again. I was getting nervous. I'm like, Christina about to wake up. Oh, God.
No, yo, we used to go in, man,
Yeah.
like 7 a.m. Like it really would feel like we had a frat party or something like that.
We did.
Like,
We did. Have
That's true. Oh, she said just kidding. Okay.
No, you
All
weren't.
right.
Nope. No, you weren't.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So This Steelers pass defense is really not great. They have a playmaker in Minkah Fitzpatrick, but I think it's fairly easy to get him out of position with your sets. T said, "Yep," and I was sweet. Her and her X button.
Told you. X it up.
How many points did she score with that?
I never played against her. She was beating people with it, though.
What?
She was beating people with it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I don't. Yeah.
That is the less obvious person to go to. Everybody looking at the corners. Like, I'm looking at this receiver, the running back. Nobody really looks at that.
Nobody looks at
that's
tight
true.
ends.
It's usually that tight end right there, that underneath spot. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, if you do it quick enough, because Junie used to do this when he was younger too. It used to make me mad. Like, he would do the same exact thing and just mash the X button.
Is that why you were on punishment all the time?
No, that was not why he was on punishment all the time. I was a great dad back then. Anyway.
Nobody goes to the tight end at all. Like he runs in the middle. Like,
Yeah, but like you
Me,
weren't
I
even
do.
dropping back. It was like literally as soon as the ball was hiked, yeah.
It was an auto drop back.
No, not even. I've never
stood
seen
there.
this. I've never seen this before, Junie. He would hike the ball, and the quarterback wouldn't even take a step back. He would just stand up straight, like shoulders straight, like this, and just throw the ball. And the tight end would be right on the line and be like literally inches ahead of the tackle and catch the ball right there.
That's what
Now
you get
the
for playing
crazy
on
part
PlayStation
was,
2.
huh?
That's what you get for playing on PlayStation 2.
Right.
The AI of 3 and 4 would take care of all of that. Tua.
But the crazy part was, by the time he got the ball to the tight end, I was dropping in coverage. So my linebackers is like 5 yards away from the dude.
You're right.
He getting 5 yards every time. Like,
That's what
it
you
was
call
one of those
dink
unstoppable glitches.
And dunk. Dink and dunk.
Exactly. That's the name of your game.
Put it,
Yes, it is.
he put it in Tua mode.
I run what you call I run what you call the West Coast
Dang.
offense.
Snap and
You better hope we don't see the Dolphins again, boy.
The Tua mode.
Yeah, so pass defense for the Steelers, not great, really not great. I'm not banging on Levi Wallace and Joey Porter and Minkah Fitzpatrick individually, but I think the stats show it. Their pass defense is not great. With that being said, I do want to say that with the pass rush that they have, Highsmith is enough, right? There's been talk about this other young guy that they got that's also a pretty good pass rusher.
Herbig.
What's his name?
Herbig.
Herbig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's a guy that we need to keep an eye on.
And don't forget about Marcus Golden.
They do have Marcus Golden.
They have
that's
Marcus
right.
Golden.
That's right. Yeah, they got some boys. If they wanted
Yeah.
to blitz, they could definitely
They
get
do
some
blitz. They
pressure.
blitzed the fifth most in the league.
Yeah, that's probably why, because they got
Yeah,
all them
they
pass
got-
rushers.
they got
That
the
makes
tools.
sense. Yeah. So, I mean, this will offensively for the Bills, this is going to be it's going to be a tough game just because of the weather. But Josh has got to be able to find that hot read and get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
It's gonna and not even from a timing standpoint. I think it's gonna be a matter of the receivers being able to read. And this is the other thing I wanted to get on too. Preseason Gabe, the reads have to be made. I forgot who was talking about him from the national media, but there were a few times where he needed to get his head around faster based on the read that he saw and didn't do it. And, obviously seconds cost you yards, right? So that's my synopsis of it is, you're going to beat the Steelers with the pass. And they're going to try to mitigate that with the blitz. And I think if you can get to your hot reads fast enough and take advantage of their aggression with screens, you shouldn't have any issues beating this team at all. Now, the only caveat to that is the Bills are not a heavy screen team. They, in fact, I think are one of the least amount of screen running teams in the entire NFL.
And when they run it, it doesn't work because James Cook is dropping screens, Steph Diggs is dropping the screens.
Yeah.
It's just not working. So, I think what you're saying there, why you feel good about it, is why I'm scared of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, got his hands folded. Yep, he got. Never mind.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's
This
ready.
is gonna be gospel.
I'm floating my hands too. I'm ready.
So again, I think we win this game, but it'll be interesting to see if we can pass, because if we can pass, I think it's gonna be worse, man. I think like if we can pass the ball, it might be a blowout. I'm just saying. Because here's the other thing.
Are you talking about in terms of can? Are you talking about because of weather? Or are you talking about if it's on, if it's actually working?
Because of weather. Because
Okay.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if the wind is too much and the ball is swaying or being deflected and stuff like that. But if Josh could throw through the wind, like if it's not an issue and we can pass, like they're gonna have a hard time stopping us, man. I really think they're gonna have a hard time stopping us if we can pass. The other thing is Pittsburgh, as far as game plan goes, like A kind of alluded to it earlier, Josh Allen, right? I think this is a game where he has a lot of rushing yards. Just because if they plan on putting 8 in the box to stop Fournette or Cook, now you got to worry about Josh on the bootleg scrambling out, because like you said, you're not just going to put hands on him and think he's going down.
Yeah.
And Josh is good for that, especially in the second half. Like, if it's a third down and he need yardage, he's getting that. He's going to get the first down.
Right.
It's hard to stop that. So I think that they're going to be on skates trying to stop Josh Allen if they lock in on the run game. Like, let's just say they bottle up our run game to where it's ineffective. I think Josh Allen's going to kill him with his feet and his arm.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, because if you think about it, with an odd front, a 3-4 defense, typically they don't have linebackers that can squeeze the pocket like it would need to be in order to box in a guy like Josh Allen, right? They have their outside linebackers are, for the most part, for all intents and purposes, pass rushers, right? And as pass rushers, they need to be able to do two things: set the edge and get around the tackle to rush the passer, right? But it's very difficult to find a guy who can act as that defensive end to kind of squeeze the pocket and box a scrambling quarterback in. So what I mean by all this is it's going to be very difficult for that Steelers defensive line to box Josh into where he can't scramble. Mm-hmm. So I think that further supports your point of Josh Allen is going to have a big rushing day. I welcome that all day long, because if that puts 14 points on the board, to me that's enough to win this game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Key, what you got?
To the point about scrambling, Josh hadn't eclipsed 10 scrambles 10 rushes in a game period until week 15 of the season. He's gone over 10 3 times. But what I want to see a game similar to the Vegas game, where everything was short and he's like, I was bored. That's what I want to see. He got the player of the week, but it doesn't seem like I did anything. You're talking about 31 of 37 for 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's going to get him to win, because what that does is it allows you to get chunks of yardage, and it also allows you to keep the clock moving. And against a running team, if you force this team to pass, that's checkmate.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so that, as I say every week, and I said that last week, I'm going to say it every week now, you got to start fast. You start fast and make them play catch up, you won, because that's when mistakes happen. If you look at the Steelers, they are 10-4 when forcing a turnover. What's Josh going to do? He's going to give them one.
Right.
I mean, not even being funny anymore, not even trying to be insulting, but it is what it is.
Right.
He's going to give them one. And this team is opportunistic when it comes to turnovers. So I think that, along with the sacks that they have produced and the blitzes that they've given, they've shown, you have to have, as you said, in this kind of weather, the short pass, the hot reads. Give me some yak guarders. Give me some Stephon Diggs action. In terms of defense, as we spoke of earlier, I don't know if it was during the turbulent period or not, but the trenches. We have to win the trenches. And Isaac Seumalo, give him some wings. Give him a beef on wet. Make him sluggish. Whatever the case may be, I need an advantage in that area, because that's a lot of beef pushing towards our undersized Ed Oliver, and we want to be able to get Leonard Floyd active. I want to see my snowman. I think I forgot. I did not. And I also want to see Ed Oliver with his what do you call it? The ride 'em cowboy, whatever he does. I don't even know what you call it, but I want to see these things in succession in this game. We got to all phases. We got to definitely win this game in terms of what's his name? I said Calvin Austin third.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way to mitigate that, whether it's kick away from him, because we don't have the hang time. We don't have the leg strength to get our guys down there before he gets upfield. So this is going to be a game where you can't. I don't want to say the word, but I'm not. You can't be soft.
Yeah.
You can't play with your tail between your legs. If you make a mistake, get out there and rectify it next time. Go back to it. James Cook, he may fumble. It is what it is. But we have to see, what is it? See the forest through the trees. You got to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want any more teaching moments. I don't want any more lessons to be had. It's either put up or go home.
So you say you want him to start fast. Now, let me ask you this. I've seen it where, I don't know, I think Josh plays better when he's in the fourth quarter when he's trying to win. Because what I don't want to happen is we get up and then we take our foot off the gas and then Pittsburgh comes storming in.
Well, believe it or not, Pittsburgh plays the opposite.
They play the opposite.
They play their best in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Second best third quarter. The second quarter is their third best, and the first quarter is their worst quarter.
Game? Okay.
So they start slow. But what I want to see is us to start fast in the sense that they're a running team, and if you know anything about running teams, once they're down, they're scrambling.
Right.
Once the score is up, they can't afford to
run no more. They got to abandon their whole game plan.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I think when it comes to making them one-dimensional, I think Sean can do it. I think there's nothing about their offense that is, innovative or, something that we haven't seen before, right? It just you can just looking at the tape. There's nothing that they do that's spectacular. They don't even do the zone blitz scheme like they used to when they had I forgot their old defensive coordinator they had there.
Who?
The Steelers.
Oh, LeBeau.
Is that what Dick LeBeau?
Dick LeBeau.
I was gonna say.
Look at me. Look at me knowing football history. I'd be dang.
But yeah, so all that is to say, this should be an easy game, and I know we've said that about so many other opponents this season, but when you factor into that the weather, when you factor into that we're at home, I think we've only lost once at home, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Only the Denver game. That's it.
Right, and I think that Denver game was pre Tyler Dunn report.
That Denver game was pre Joe Brady.
And it was pre Joe Brady,
and
right?
Dead man walking.
So what? Since Joe Brady, we've only lost one game. Since the Tyler Dunn report, we've only lost one game.
Yep.
Like I'll take that.
And we should have really won that game. That was the Philly game.
Exactly.
We almost won that.
Exactly.
And I think McDermott learned his error in that play in that game, because you saw he what was it, last game he went for how many fourth downs?
Yeah.
In the game before that, he started going for fourth downs. So, you're saying the analytics. No, dude. You realize now that was a bad call and that was the wrong thing to do, and now you're gonna go back and give us what we wanted in that game.
Yep.
Luckily, it didn't hurt us. We're number 2. We weren't going to catch the Ravens, so whatever.
Yep.
But I can tell you that Steelers and the Bills are 5-2, and they allow more than 230 yards in the air. So us and them. Josh Allen, what does he do? 230 yards.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say they're also the Bills are 0-2, and they allow a team to carry more than 35 times. So
we have to be the team that carries more than 30 times.
We have to be the team. We have to make them throw the ball. If they allow a team to run on them that many times, it's going to be a tough sled.
Yeah,
a tough sled, because then we're going to make them play.
And if that happens, you're usually up. If you're running the ball 35 times, you're usually up on
and the clock is going like this.
Yeah,
clock is just running. You can't stop it.
Yeah. This will be my last point. Do you guys remember the discount double check? Rogers!
And
Hey, Rogers!
Why did A2 say, "Oh my God"? What did you awaken in him? What memory did?
I don't know. I did used to do that a lot. That was my favorite joint. Roger scored that touchdown. Ah!
Keisha, I will wait at like it'll be 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. He'll come in the June.
What time is it?
It's discount double check time. Bow! Hit him up.
That was a move.
So the reason I bring that up is this. Do you guys remember what they used to call that Packers defense when they won the championship?
No, what was it?
They called it the amoeba defense.
Oh, ain't no way I would have remembered that.
It was a defense where Charles Woodson was moved from corner to safety to linebacker. They had a bunch of moving parts, right? And what I really enjoyed about that was it was a defense that at times seemed dominant because they were unpredictable, right? But even when they were predictable, they were still tough, right? Yeah. Even when they were going up against a great opponent, they were still tough. They could still make a play here and there, right? The reason I'm bringing that up is I think I'm likening that to this Bills offense this year. I think the defense has been the most consistent thing about this team, but it's been the offense in these last 6 games that have kind of been amoebic in their approach, just from the standpoint of, listen, whatever it takes to put enough points on the board to beat you. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the consistency of tomorrow.
Right.
I am whatever I need to be for today. Right? And I think I'm falling in love with that a little bit, because while it's not pretty and it's not as sexy as the Minutemen that we were in 2020 or the second coming of the greatest show on turf in 2021, I think this offense with the playmakers that we have on it is going to probably feel so much better if we win a Super Bowl with it, because it is probably going to be closer to the embodiment of all of the other teams in the drought that we've loved, that were tough, that scrapped their way to wins. They embodied the heart of the city. I think a lot of that is going to come out in my emotion if we end up winning the Super Bowl with this offense that just straight up went, Packers style, New York Giants style, just whatever it takes to win. We are the ones making those plays when necessary, and we got the guys to do it. We don't have a whole team full of top tier first round pick weapons or anything like that, but we got guys that do their job. We got guys that make plays when absolutely necessary, and we got guys that fight for every inch that they get. So I think, to your point, hell yeah, right? I'm gonna go stone cold on them. You know what I'm saying?
So stone cold,
right? I'm gonna go stone cold, like for real. Like that to me speaks to a level of toughness that I don't think the Steelers can get to, because they just haven't been there for the last 6 weeks like we have. We've been fighting for our lives, and for them, they've had a much easier road in doing it.
Yeah,
a much easier road in doing it, right? Yeah. So while they may, like you said, be feeling good about themselves getting into the playoffs, they ain't had the road that we had to go through to get there.
Nah.
So we are indeed the tougher team.
Oh yeah.
With that being said, you looking up something else? You got something else?
If I may.
Yeah, please do. We got time.
I'm gonna give my prediction.
Oh yeah, we didn't do predictions. What you got?
I'm gonna say 24. 24-7.
Steelers?
Bills. 24-7.
That kind of flies in the face of the question I was going to ask you, but right, just ta-ta.
So, they're calling us too. I don't know if y'all heard this. They're calling us the Giants that beat the undefeated Patriots.
Man,
like that role.
I don't love it.
This show is about to be like famous for just calling stuff before it happens.
Dude,
like we need a crystal ball.
I don't know if you guys remember that run that the Giants put off. They knocked out the Packers. They knocked out all the top teams at the wild card, and then they went into the undefeated Patriots and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're saying like the Bills is caught foul. The only thing that scares me is right now we're at 6. We had 6 wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
To complete the story, we need 10 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, yeah,
That's kind of hard.
Everybody's
to me, that's hard. That's hard to.
I mean,
10
you
in
gotta
a
look at it.
row
You gotta look at it like this.
against the best teams in the NFL.
But you got to look at it like this. Every team has to go on a 4-game win streak to win a Super Bowl at this point.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's 0-0. So every team has to go
Yeah.
on that 4-game win streak. So there's somebody just like us sitting in Dallas, somebody sitting like in Green Bay, somebody in LA, somebody everywhere. They're saying the same thing we're saying. It's a daunting task when you listen to it, but just win the games that you got to play.
Right. Right.
You know, but-
The other thing you got to keep in mind too with these playoff teams that we're going to go against, every last one of them has a bigger hole than the Bills do. Right? The Bills are a more complete team than every team except.
Probably San Fran.
No, I'm just talking about AFC.
Oh, AFC.
Then I mean I don't even know if you can really say Ravens because their defense is really strong, and they got some young receivers, but do they really have a number one
That's the
Right.
closest. The Ravens to me are the closest. I
to
know, I've
being
said
a
it.
complete team? Yeah, because
Yeah.
they can run the ball, they can play great defense, and their defense can play pass and run, equally strong. So, but again, to me, beating the Ravens is more about what we've always done to them, which is stopping Lamar Jackson. You stop Lamar Jackson from making those back-breaking plays, and you got the game won at that point. And I think the Bills have shown that, listen, we know how to play the guy, right? And we know that their team is all about the guy. If we can stop the guy, the same way people talk about the Bills.
Yep.
You can stop Josh Allen.
Right.
No, okay.
It's a daunting task.
It's,
though.
it's much harder. Like I think we've shown this though. It's especially in the playoffs. It's a lot harder to stop Josh Allen than it is to stop Lamar Jackson. Like we've stopped Lamar Jackson twice,
Yeah.
right? So, my money's on Josh all day long. And I if you look at Cleveland's great defense. They can run the ball. They have one receiver. No disrespect to Elijah Moore.
Oh, all
but
disrespect. All disrespect, dude.
They have one wide receiver, right?
There you go.
And their tight end is pretty good,
And Njoku, yeah, he's nice.
right? And he's only pretty good because Flacco's actually throwing the ball to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because before that, he wasn't doing anything.
Pretty quiet until Flacco got
Exactly. So to me, that's an easy offense to stop, right? You got a static quarterback. Their offensive line is not great against the pass. They're a dominant run blocking offensive line, right? So you're gonna have to deal with that. Fine, but if you get them to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, you're still straight because their deep threat is Amari Cooper. It's not Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is more the technician route runner type of guy, right? He's not faster than Amari Cooper. So to me, I have no problem stopping that offense. Defensively, I think that matchup would come down to Josh being able to scramble on that defense because they got a great pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Run those shorter routes. Their secondary is nice, but their linebackers are not. Everybody's got a hole. You know what I mean? And so for me, I think this is the season where you can see heaven and earth just opening up for us little by little, inch by inch. I mean, like you said, we were 0.1% back when we were 6-6.
Yep.
Like the percentages just don't equate.
Yeah, not only did we get in, but we actually won a division. That's
what I'm saying. And now, realistically speaking, the Browns have already beat the Ravens at home. I think the Browns are going to win this game against the Texans. Right? So if the Browns win that game, they go to the Ravens. If they beat the Ravens, that's 3 home games for the Bills.
Yeah, not the Ravens. I'm thinking, I'm recanting that Houston. I don't know.
You don't think they'll get it over on Houston?
Oh, I don't know. C.J. Stroud, man, I don't know.
Yeah, but Noah Brown is coming off a major injury.
I mean that might be the game for me. That might be the one, and I'm like,
that'll tell you everything you need to know.
Motor Singletary.
well,
He is not running. Listen,
I'm so tired of that little dude.
their offensive line is decent, but they're not good enough to just go off on
Don't do that.
that Browns defense.
He's not good enough to go off on it. Just say with your chest. Devin Singletary is not good enough to go off on anybody.
I don't know if I can say that because
he's been balling with Houston.
that's
man.
what I'm saying. I had him on my fantasy team, bro.
Okay,
This
here we
man
go.
was putting
Here
up
we go.
at least
Here we go.
25 points a
Like,
game.
no.
Here we go.
Let's bring the stats up.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Stats up.
The last thing we needed was Keyshawn to get going on.
Here we
Devin
go.
Singletary.
Let's see. Devin Singletary, he had
motor.
3 games over 80 yards. And in the 80-yard game, he carried 16 times. Went 30 for 150 against Cincinnati, 26 for 121 against who was this, Houston,
Ooh.
and 22 for 112 against against Tennessee. Against Arizona, he went for 112 on 22 carries. Touchdowns. Wow. What do you see there? No receiving touchdowns, and wow, a whopping 4 rushing touchdowns.
To be fair, how many rushing touchdowns does James Cook have?
No, that's invalid. I'll tell you know why it's invalid.
Dang.
No.
Dang.
I said it. I say it, but there is a reason though. There is a reason.
Let's see what
Because-
this reason is.
Who gets all the rushing touchdowns?
Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Point valid. Point valid. Point valid.
okay.
When Josh Allen's on the team, you're giving it to Josh.
Yeah. As a running back, you just have to
It's
know.
over with.
As soon as you come in the room and you see Josh,
Right. I think there's a
I ain't getting
code.
no rushing touchdowns.
I think there was a code on Madden, and there was no running backs that were going to get a touchdown. Did you know? Oh, you didn't play 23 that much, did you?
I haven't played 23 at all.
You didn't play 23. You played 23. No,
not at all.
dude.
I
Singletary was
refuse
not
to
getting
play
touchdowns.
until they bring back create a team. I am never playing Madden ever again.
You know
Not any of the new ones.
You know what I want?
Wait, that's gone?
Create a team? Well, okay, so I don't know if you remember the old Madden where
can
like
make
you
your
can
own and
create
put 'em
like you
wherever
can
you
pick
want.
your logo, you can choose the colors and all that kind of
Right,
stuff.
right.
Yeah, that been gone.
What?
They took that out. When did they take that out? They took that out in
And he knows this. I'm mad about this.
I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this.
I know you are.
They took that out in
And while you do that, I'm going to slander Devin Singletary further. What else can I say about Devin?
The motor, baby.
Yeah,
2010.
motor home.
Yeah,
home.
yeah. Because it was the first 2010 was the first Madden for PS3, and that was the one with Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu on the cover, and I think that was the one where they took the creative team out. Because that for PS3, once it came out on the PS3, they were focusing more on online play.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why they took all of that stuff out, so they can get more into people playing other people.
So to further slander Devin Singletary.
Just,
This is a smile for me.
now he's going to twist the knife.
Right.
Fam, did you realize? No, did you
Grinch
realize
smile, though.
that Najee Harris used the last game of the season to get to 1,000 yards?
Wow.
He just got 1,000 yards in that last game. Wow. Devin Singletary, 898 yards.
Ooh, that ain't bad.
What? Okay, let me put that in some
We
kind
gotta
of
keep in mind,
context.
Damian Pierce was the starter at
About
the
to
beginning
say,
of the
I
season.
know.
he ain't start the full season.
Right.
He doesn't need to ever. Devin Singletary should be what Zach Moss was in Buffalo. I don't
This
care
man-
if Mama
this man-
Singletary listening. I don't care if it's
You realize you giving him the Joey Porter treatment.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Now
Yes.
we know motor is Keyshawn's Joey Porter.
That's
Little
right.
tugboat.
That's
That's
right.
little tugboat.
We both have a list now.
I put him with Trent Edwards. Yes,
I was nice enough to take.
Ooh, Trent Edwards?
you know I hated Trent Edwards.
Did you really? I didn't know you hated
didn't
him
know
that
that?
much.
Oh.
I know you didn't like him, but I didn't know you hated him that much.
Well,
Like to put him on the
you know,
list.
I didn't hate him, but it was just how everybody talked about him. Like he was he was never the greatest thing since sliced bread.
No,
Never.
he wasn't.
He was a stopgap that they drafted in the 3rd round, and that's what it was.
Pretty much.
Now everybody talks about the hit on Adrian Wilson. No.
You think that one hit by Adrian Wilson
that's what
just
Buffalo
took
will
away
tell
his
you.
magic?
To be
Buffalo will tell you.
fair, he was undefeated until that hit, and then he just dropped off.
They were going to drop off anyway, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like the Bills always got to like week 6 or week 7
It
and
felt
just got
bad.
destroyed by somebody, and it was over after that.
At that point, it was like, oh,
It was
the Magic's on.
5-0.
I know.
Like, dang. And they's beating good teams, too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they balling with the big boys.
They stomping
And then
with the
hit,
big dogs.
Boom, game over.
I prefer the 5-1 Bills with Fitzgerald at the helm. Or
Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick at the helm.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah,
now we
Fitzmagic.
talking. Now we're talking.
That was a legendary team for me because it had my favorite guys like
Lee Evans. Go ahead and say him last.
Huge Freddie Jackson fan.
Yes.
That is my
oh
man
my God.
right there.
Yes. Yep.
That's why I hated Rex Ryan. That's who I hate. I hate Rex Ryan.
Why?
Wow.
Because his first thing he did, he got rid of Fred Jackson, the mayor of Buffalo. How dare he?
That's right.
How dare he?
No. Let me put that in context. What happened there?
He got rid of him because he got shady.
No. No, he did get rid of him.
Wait, do you like Shady?
Yeah, shady's good.
Oh, okay.
No, you know why they got rid of him?
Fred is my man.
You know why they got rid of him? Because he was coming up on a contract year, and they were going to sign him for 1 more year. He wouldn't take a 1-year deal because he wanted a 4-year deal, and he wouldn't sign anything less than 4
It's
years.
Fred freaking Jackson. The
Fred
mayor
was
of
like
Buffalo.
32.
Fred can still put it in.
He didn't know. It was like the
I don't care if he's 38.
Thank
Right.
you.
Sign him.
Thank you. It's
let's see
Fred
what did
Jackson.
Fred Jackson do.
Well, yo, he had Fred Jackson. It was Fitzpatrick. I think Stevie Johnson was still in that squad.
Yes,
wasn't
he was.
Okay, let's put
He was
it
the
like
number
this.
one receiver on that
You
team.
had
Fred Jackson's
Stevie?
last year in Buffalo, he had 141 carries for 525 yards, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 3.7 a carry.
But was he starting?
Who
Yeah.
was the starter
No,
on that team,
he
Lynch?
did. Huh?
Who was the starter on that team, Lynch?
14. That was
It had to be Lynch.
2014 Bills. Who
No, was that
Fred-
Spiller? Was that CJ?
I'm about to tell you right now.
Oh, yeah. Fitzpatrick was Chan Gailey.
C.J. Spiller. Yep.
Yeah, C.J. Spiller.
But
why.
Spiller only started 5 games. Fred started 9.
Fred was the number one on
Yeah,
that
he was the
team.
number 1 guy. He played in all games. He played all but 2, and he only averaged 3 points because he was going to decline, and we were ready to move on. But they were like, because you're Buffalo, if you agree to retire after this year, and the thing is, he only played 1 more year in Seattle.
Yeah.
So it was a smack in the Bills' face. If you would have just signed what we offered you, you could have retired at Buffalo and been
But to be fair, they didn't give him. Did they give him a 1-year contract?
who?
Seattle.
I
I think they
I'm
gave
not
him.
sure.
I think they gave him a 2 or 3 year contract.
Which is even worse. You
But
asked
still.
us for a 4-year. We
Yeah,
gave
but he
you 1.
retired,
Give
though.
the
This-
man
this
what he
still helps
wanted,
you
man.
out.
Give him
No,
what
no,
he wanted.
but that's worse though. We offered you what you were going to play, but you said no. I want 4, and I'm only going to play 1 like you asked.
But he ain't know he was going to play 1.
He shouldn't have played no more.
Fred was still good, man. I don't care what you say.
Okay,
Fred
this
is the mayor. And
this
he
is
will
going
forever
nowhere.
go down as 22 Fred Jackson, the mayor of Buffalo.
He is the mayor of Buffalo. Get him to ring the bell, lead the charge, ring-a-ling-a-ling, all that stuff, and he'd be all right.
That was my squad, man. Them boys
No.
had boys on there.
I didn't respect Fred Jackson as much as most, but that's because it was more so with him was
Blasphemous. What?
I said as much
Blasphemous
as
language
most.
happening on the show
okay,
right now.
okay.
See, I said as much as most. I mean,
Mind you, he was before Shady, he was the other Bills running back to get 200 yards. Yeah.
yeah, but that was in a million carries though.
Yeah.
That was
What?
in a million carries though.
No, I don't care. He
Here
still
we go.
did it. He still did it.
He still did it. He had a million carries. He got, let's see, where is it?
Fred was that dude, man.
He said Fred was that
The
fella.
D3 boy.
The what?
D3.
See, that's the thing.
Undrafted,
Was Fred
college.
great, or was he great 'cause he
came on the squad and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get a spot." Who is you? Number 22.
Who this
And
little
what
cat?
happened? Boom, starter, Fred Jackson.
So my thing is, was Fred really great, or was it the story that made him even better?
Man, Fred was a beast.
Yeah,
he was
both.
good. Huh?
But like you got to think about it like this too. Like when we had beast mode here, like beast mode came in and was beast mode in like year 2. Like year 1, he was still trying to run around people. Year 2, he put on a few more pounds and he was beast mode. But year 2, we also had Fred Jackson come on the squad, right? And what happened? When they went in the game, people was talking about, oh, they competing them to see how many people they could shake off and whatever. Like Fred Jackson was busting off as many people as Marshawn Lynch was at the time. Like the only difference between the two is Marshawn Lynch had breakaway speed, Fred Jackson didn't.
Why
but
didn't
when he
they-
came in the game, like
Yeah, I didn't-
they was making the same numbers basically.
Fred was a
I didn't
beast,
think
man.
Marshawn Lynch was really beast mode in Buffalo.
Well, that's where you got the name at.
Well, yeah, he also loved Applebee's, but
That was a spot right there.
that was his spot. But no, Fred Jackson. If you're going to compare him to the other two, yeah, he was the guy. But I think for me, like I said about Trent Edwards, like I said about whoever else we were talking about, stop shoving his story down my throat. He made it in the league. He was about to quit. That was it, and he finally took the. We know the story, but when you look at the numbers,
Bro,
He's not
just-
even the top 5 running back in Bills history.
Just say you don't like Stanford.
You don't think so?
Stats wise, no,
Yeah,
he's
you
not
don't
top.
think
He's
so?
not top 5 in stats.
As a Bills
I will
quarterback?
challenge you on
Bills
that
running
one,
back?
brother.
You will?
I will challenge you. How many rushing yards? Who has?
I can find it. Hold on.
Matter of fact, I think he is, bro. He finished with 5,746 yards, 30 rushing touchdowns.
Hold on. I can.
Who, Freddie?
Freddie Jackson for the Bills.
Hold on.
He's on the list.
I'm done.
I know
Top
he's on
5?
the list.
Bro, yes, he's
Yeah,
top 5.
yeah, top 5 for sure.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know the impact Fred put on the team, bro. And the level of intensity he bringing to the game.
Run
The
the
level of
splits.
intensity?
Bro, he had,
Run the splits.
I don't think you remember. When the Bills, we sucked. But when Fred made the touchdown, bro, he brought everybody was balling. When we beat New England with Tom Brady, Fred Jackson and Fitzpatrick. Fred was the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Key don't remember, that's all.
He remembers.
listen,
I don't think you remember, Key. That's all right.
Key's all right.
I still remember that game that we beat the Patriots finally with Fitzpatrick.
How
and-
can you
and Fred
forget to
Jackson.
scream?
Huh?
How can you forget to scream? That's all you need to scream.
Yeah. I remember I just pulled up to the house. I hurried up and got out the car because they was about to kick the field goal to win it. I ran in the house, and right as I ran in the house and turned the corner to look at the TV, the kick was going just right in between, man. It's right up the middle. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then you see Fred Jackson waving the flag on the field and all that. Like,
Come on, man.
It was perfect.
He was the man.
It was perfect. That was definitely a highlight of the drought for sure.
Yep. So yeah, you're right. He's well. If you're looking at yards,
Wow,
he
Travis
was
Henry's
number
on
1 and number 3 in yards.
Let's go.
So
Freddie
if you're
Jack.
looking, well, you can't count this dude.
Freddie Jack, the
not counting any
D3
of
boy,
these guys.
walk on.
What'd you say?
The D3 boy, walk on. Coe College, baby.
Would you stop? Who else went to Coe College?
Why you
Who else went to Coe College?
Why you so salty
They're
right
all
now,
irrelevant,
bro?
man.
Why you,
'Cause Fred
Who else
went.
went to Coe College?
'Cause Fred went. Everyone else is irrelevant.
What? You don't, man. My brother. You don't know Bill's history, do you, my brother?
why you gotta go Malcolm X on him like that?
No, because it's funny that he says that because Fred Jackson is not the most impressive person from Coe College for the Bills.
Who is?
Who?
Marv Levy.
He don't count. He
No.
ain't played.
He's
Marv
the
Levy
coach.
he
ain't
is
played.
iconic from Coe College. Iconic.
For coaching.
Key.
Players,
Say,
man.
like
Iconic.
seriously.
Players only, Keith.
Iconic. Oh,
Players
you want
only.
okay, players only. Who else went to Coe College and went to the league?
Nobody. Who cares? Fred
Coe
Jackson
College
did
isn't even a school anymore?
Fred Jackson did
Is it a school anymore?
I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't know, man.
I'll give you that. But
Fred was the man.
Let's see here.
That was my man. Shame on Rex Ryan.
let me see.
Shame.
Oh man, that's the trash part about it. Ain't nobody play. Trash.
Anybody know who Kerry Bender is?
Kerry Bender went to Coe College. Yes, Kerry Bender. He was like 5'3" a running back.
Was he?
Yeah, he was back in the. He was number 45.
Bro, wait a second. How do you know that?
No one knows it.
Oh yeah, Keyshawn does. Yeah.
Kerry Bender. Yeah,
He was 5'8", 185.
5'8". I think I was like what, 8,
To be
10.
fair though, Keith trying to make everybody shorter because he's so tall. Everybody's shorter.
But what was this? This was what, 95, 96?
Yeah, he played for the Bills 95, 96.
Yeah, I forgot all about Kerry Bender.
And then he played for the Scottish Claymores.
See, that's why. And Fred
Scottish
Jackson played for where? He
Claymores.
played for where did Freddie play? Who did Freddie play for? Frankfurt.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Scottish Claymores. Yes, Kerry Bender.
Okay,
He
Fred
played for-
Jackson.
He played for the Rainfire
Rainfire.
and the Sioux City Bandits, baby.
Yeah, we know about them. We know about them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
So I mean, it's official now. Like you're a hater of Fred Jackson.
I still hate him. No, I don't hate him. Like I said, I never hated him, but he just wasn't like a big.
Yeah, I get it.
Thing for me.
His story was bigger than what he put on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
That's usually what the haters say. Anyway,
if you want to run numbers, Fred Jackson ran 62 more times than he played in 62 more games than the next closest person. Joe Cribs played 64 games. Fred Jackson played 106 games. Fred Jackson averaged 4.4 yards a carry. Joe Cribs averaged 4.1, and so on and so forth. So
You want some water to wash that salt down? You got
I
your
brought
own?
my own,
You
my
got
brother.
your own. Okay, it's probably salt
brought
in the
my own,
bottle.
my brother.
Probably salt in the
brought
bottle,
my
but
own.
all right. All right.
Electrolytes.
Oh, is that what they call it now?
Let's see where Devin Singletary is. He's number 11. This whole list is garbage. This whole list can go to hell.
Oh my gosh. Who?
This whole list can go.
Antoine.
Willis McGay, he's ninth. Yo, what's up with Bills running backs? After OJ and Thurman, it's like
I mean, James Cook is already 20th on the list.
Yo, to be fair, I mean, they had some good dudes.
but they did nothing here.
Yeah,
They did nothing.
I think mainly because of what I said, man.
I really,
Never had
honestly, when I said top 5, and I wasn't being shady, I was thinking about, I was thinking like Cookie Gilchrist, people like that we didn't see.
yeah.
I thought they would have been higher, but
nah, man.
I guess not. I mean, all the names here: Roland Hooks, Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt Leaks? Names I've heard before. You thinking they'd be higher? No, they're like barely on the page.
Who's second, by the way?
OJ.
Juice is 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Well, Thurman played 61 more games too.
Okay.
Dang. How many years did Thurman play?
Thurman played 11.
11 years.
And
Juice
back
is
when
here for-
OJ played, the season was
They were shorter games. Yeah,
That sucks, man. There's like, do you understand how loyal a team has to be to let a running back play 11 years on their team now? Like nobody's.
They're
getting
not doing that.
That's unheard of now,
Right.
bro.
It's
what
like,
does Derrick Henry have?
huh?
What does Derrick Henry have?
8?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's got to be like the longest tenured running back on their team. That plays.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey didn't even make it that
Nope.
far.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. Nobody else has made it that long so far.
Yeah. So
I mean, the only one, another guy who's been there, but he's been hurt, is Nick Chubb. He's been on the
he
same
stays
team
hurt,
for a
but
minute.
yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
hurt. We'll see what happens with Saquon.
Yeah, but he about to switch teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he about to be out.
he ain't
Yeah.
going back. Yeah, he don't
Yeah.
want none of that. All right.
I hope we made it for the snafu we had. We had some good content, and both
Yeah.
ends actually did it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't have. I don't think we have the same thumbnail on this one though. Oh yeah, we do. That's on that one too. Okay.
It's all good. We make it work. We try.
Yeah, I still got a big old standby like right above my forehead here.
Oh, you must have that camera because usually I have to stand by.
Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with that. It said it wanted an SD card. I put an SD card in it, and then it decided it wanted something else. So
all good.
just being finicky today, I guess.
It's all good. Temperamental. We made it.
Yeah, we did. We made it. I got to turn this volume down real quick. We didn't get a lot of comments today. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show.
It's probably the cutover, but
Yeah, we did. We lost like 10 viewers just from that alone. But it is what it is. We'll make up for it
we
next
make
time.
it do what it do.
No doubt.
Next time with that Bills win, baby.
All day long.
The chain has spoken.
All day long.
I'm gonna start calling them chains. No more Millie Mac because that's too hard. I'll be calling him Mac. I'll be calling him Mill. I'm sorry. I've called you out of your name so many times. You know what you got, Mill. I'm disrespecting you left and right. My bad, man.
Mafia chains.
Mafia chains.
Mafia Chains. Mafia, that's his rap name from now on. Mafia Chains.
Well, you know what would be sweet? But I don't have the currency to do so.
Stina, you listening?
Every team that we beat, take their chain. I'm gonna wear it like a
Take the team's chain?
yes that we beat and mock them.
You could do it.
I ain't got the currency for that.
I mean, you figure you're averaging 11 wins a season, 12 wins. At what is it, 35 apiece?
Yeah, about that.
I tell you what, we could all pitch in, right? And we can just get whatever their logo is and like videotape ourselves stomping it out on the ground, like just a good old fashioned fire stomping. Like
Fire
just-
stomping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like that very much.
Have a trophy, like a shrine of all the chains that we've decimated.
the chains that we've snatched.
Yeah.
All the chains we snatched.
Yes.
Speaking of that, we need to get a trophy for our predictions. We got to start keeping track of these things.
Yeah.
Why? Because you won this year?
Huh?
Because Because you won this year?
I need a trophy for that.
We'll go buy one.
Why should I buy it?
Because this is your show.
Speaking of
Hey.
predictions, you guys didn't do yours yet. Your score
Oh, we didn't do our
predictions.
predictions.
Oh, we almost got out of here.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm going. You're going to hate that I do my prediction. Hey, you go first.
Every time.
Okay, fine. I'll go first.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna go.
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
All right. What do I have? I have the Steelers getting 10 points
Okay.
because I think it's gonna be a tough game. I do think they are going to find a way to put a desperation drive together at some point and get something going, right? But I think the Bills are going to score. I think the Bills are going to score 17. I'm going to take 17-10 Bills.
Ooh, okay. One by a touchdown.
Okay, now I feel better. I feel better now.
What, you going to say 7-3?
Yeah, if we were so lucky. If we could be so lucky. 3-2. I'm
Yeah,
out of here,
10-6.
y'all. No, no.
Man, if they kick 2 field goals and make it in that weather, man, they deserve it. They
3-2.
deserve it.
No, I'm going to go honestly, and I am going to add field goals in there. I'm going to say
Wow.
In the win?
20-14.
And 45 mile per hour wins?
20-14. Okay.
20-14.
Okay.
You giving that much love to Tyler Bass? You doing it just to mess with me? I know you are now. I
No,
know
if
you
I
are.
no,
There's
okay.
nothing
You
can
want me to
say.
give you want me to mess
just
with you?
to mess with
I'm
me?
gonna
You
mess
gonna
with
give a kicker
Sam
some love
Martin is
like
going
that.
to have.
Oh my God!
How many points in the how many punts in the 20?
He's going to go 5 punts, 4 in the 20, a net average. You ready for this? Of 38.9 yards net. Holla at me.
Sam Martin is not going to punt further than 12 yards in front of him in 45 mile per hour winds.
It's going to roll. It's going to hit the ground and you're going to see it start rolling.
I predict Sam Martin punts one time in the whole game.
Once?
Yep, that's it.
Is it going to go backwards?
It may. I don't
That's
know.
the danger of it.
I don't know how Phil Stack.
If you're
prefers the
punting
win
and the
is.
wind is blowing at your face, that ball is going right back that way.
Yeah,
That's why.
he's only going to punt when the wind is.
Right.
That's why they do this. That's why they do this. You gonna hear a hurry up like a mother. Yo, step. You gonna hear it. He gonna hold it until the wind die down. Then he gonna kick that boy. Watch.
Do y'all know how to actually do that though?
What?
I've had people ask me, what does that really do, and how do you determine where the wind
Yeah.
is?
Whatever side of your finger is coldest.
Yes, yes. Everybody, I met people who they didn't know that. They was like, "Why do you do that? How do you gauge?"
What?
Yeah, and
The
pretty much
moisture
it's
picks up
whichever
the-
side
the-
of your
the-
finger
the-
gets colder. It's cold. That's where it's blowing.
Oh, I typically just feel it.
Because you're just
Like-
you feel where it blows at.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could like you. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. Like I
I don't
can.
need
I
any
still look my
extra tools.
finger.
I
on
got
it.
this.
Yeah,
Huh? All right, Keyshawn's alarm is going off, so that means we got to get out of
you
here.
gotta get out of
I
here.
said, Aaron said, I don't need no extra tools. I can just feel it. I'm perfect.
Wait a second. Nobody said anything.
But guess what?
I was trying to get us out of here, and you just started
why?
all over
You know
again.
what though? You know why you're not perfect? Because you're not gonna get us out in 90 seconds.
That's a challenge.
You know what? I don't
Something
got
to
time.
tell you it's too late.
I
I'll
don't
blew
got
it
time
up.
for games. I don't got time for games. I
90
don't got time for
seconds.
games.
You already stalling.
Ain't nobody stalling. Ain't nobody stalling. Music
Tick-tock.
is on right now. I'm
Tick-tock.
gonna still say everything I'm saying to you and still get it out. Watch this.
Tick-tock. Tick-tock.
Listen, thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for the comments. With that being said, we are Post Podium Podcast on every social media platform. Please go look us up. We've populated Instagram. We're working over to TikTok next, and I think after that we got our page on X that we're going to be moving towards after that. If you haven't done this already, please like and subscribe. You got to make that bell.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
All right. That's necessary. It's necessary. We need that in order to continue to grow the way that we want to grow and be able to give you guys, everything that we know we can and that we think you might like. And obviously, if there's things that you want to see or things that you don't want to see, you can hit us up in the comments or you can hit us up on social media and you can slide in our DMs, however you want to do it. With that being said, next show is Monday at 6. We're going to try to hit it 6 sharp, all right? We're going to go live 6 sharp on Monday after the game. Actually, should we wait until, because there's a playoff game that night too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we'll think about it, but more than likely Monday. If not, check social media pages. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the All Truth No Sodium Takes. I've been your co-host Aramis,
Belly Mac.
And this Key.
and I did it with 2 seconds. I did it again in your face, Keyshawn, in your face.
Man, only because I helped you.
You ain't helped nobody.
I said this Key real quick.